You're getting a little aggressive there, number 4.
Maybe we should start calling it cat wire. What are you doing in there? On the agenda for today is getting myself more organized in the kitchenette department so that I can start doing more cooking. My problem here is not, I'll grab the camera. My problem is not a lack of cooking supplies. It is the lack of organization. That's my problem underneath there. If I wanted to cook something, I've got, the tub on the right that's got food in it. And then the tub on the bottom in the middle has, I don't know what. And then the box on top of that has my, I think it has my crock pot. And then there's the tub behind that box, and I think that's got my big pots. Oh, and the one on the bottom, it looks like it has my big colander and probably my big mixing bowls. And then the black tub on the bottom on the left, let's see. Oh, that has like my cupcake pans and other big stuff. And then the tub on top of the black one has my silverware, and I don't know where my spatula is. It's in one of the... See, that's my problem. I don't know where anything is, and so if I want to cook, I've got to go through, 5 different tubs to find, the stuff. And then I've got some silverware and that Tupperware thing on top. Oh, and I'm just not organized, so I got to get organized. Oh, yeah, and don't worry, part-time permies. I've got my fire extinguisher handy. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. And I've got some space up there. And, I'm going to pause and take you over here for a second. I've talked about this thing before. On my 30 random facts about Peoria dude video, but this thing's great. It's a little Farberware. It is, it's flat on this side, and then it goes down all the way flat like that. So you can do 8 pieces of French toast or pancakes or whatever, and then these things come off, and it's a grill on the other side. So that way it's like a sandwich press. So if I flip that one around, then, and you could do pork chops and sausages and whatnot in there also. I prefer to do those in the toaster oven. So far, I have not cooked with this since I've been here. But now I can get ready to and at least start doing some French toast and pancakes and stuff like that. You could also do fried eggs, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do on this thing. So yeah, I need to start putting that into use. And then as far as boiling water for soups or even frying some eggs, I've got this Farberware. I've got my paper towel sitting on there, but this Farberware 2-burner unit, and as you can see, the left one is a little bit bigger than the one on the right. But you can do 2 things at a time on there, and I have not used this yet. I planned on using it and doing a little review. It's not the best for long term, like you wouldn't want to fry a steak or something. It really doesn't do a whole lot more than boiling water and, frying some quick items. But again, I don't have an exhaust fan in here. So I'm going to have to be judicious, is that a word? Am I making that up? About what I use it for. And then in that green and clear container, my coffee's in there, and my coffee grinder, coffee filter, coffee maker, the water I use for my coffee, and then this little Black & Decker. It's been really handy. I do, well, a lot of bagels, actually. It's a pretty good breakfast, having some bagels. So I do those. I've done like the pigs in a blanket, well, sausages and croissant rolls. I've done those in there, and I've cooked smoked sausages and brats and stuff like that in there. I prefer doing those outside on my little tabletop grill, but when it's raining, I still got to eat. And I've also got to get this upper shelf more organized. I've just got some odds and ends up there. But this is the problem with the rest of this mobile home is infested with bugs. So I cannot keep any of this stuff out there like, you know, in a normal kitchen. If I put stuff in the drawers, it would be, well, not just bugs, but mice and rats also. Yeah. I think the cat has, well, I don't want to get into that. So yeah, I need to get more organized. And this is a little fold-up table that I use that for a lot of stuff and eating. And then this is a bar stool. Right now I've just got my alarm clock radio on there, but I can move that over and just set it on the bed, and then I can sit down on the bar stool when I'm doing stuff that takes longer. Well, like if I ever do cut up potatoes or cutting up carrots and, you know, just cutting up stuff that takes 10-20 minutes, whatever. I've got my bar stool handy. But, yep. And this table has not been this clean since I've gotten here, because you've got a clean surface. It tends to be a catch-all for everything. So every time I'd come in, I'd set my wallet and my keys and scissors and tools and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this Christmas Eve. I am getting ready to cook. So wish me luck. Later. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is I get a lot of suggestions that get some goats. Get some goats. They'll help you with all that stuff. Well, here's why I won't get goats. They aren't free. Goats are expensive, especially if you're not set up for it. You can't just keep them tied up to a tree 24 hours, 7 days a week. They need shelter, and they also need fencing. So that would be a big expense to come up with some type of a goat shelter, and also to get fencing. I've got the one electric fence, but I plan on using that for chickens. So if I used it for goats, then I'd have to get another one for chickens, or I have to get another one for goats. And so goats are not free. I think there's a misconception that you can just go to the free goat giveaway place and they'll give you free goats and you can live happily ever after. Well, that's not how it works. You've got to you have to feed them. They're just not gonna, they can't live off the land 100%. They need a balanced diet. They need shelter outside of the wind and the rain, and we might get some snow coming up, so you can't just leave them outside 100% of the time. You need to have the supplies on hand to trim their hooves, and you might need other items also. So, you know, getting goats is not free. It is expensive. And then once they've cleared the land, then what? Then what do you do with the goats? Well, they become pets. For most people, goats are just pets. It's an expense. You're not making any money off of them like a cat or a dog. That's what most people use goats for. Yeah, they do help out with clearing land, but for people who can't afford it. I cannot afford goats if there's not a big payout. I see them listed on Craigslist. I was going through Craigslist last night, and there were some for like $50, $100, $200 for a Nigerian dwarf, registered, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, I would yeah, there's really not much money to be made in goats. So I would love it if, you know, there's some type of goat guru that came about that taught us all how to make money from goats. You know, we've got urban farmer Curtis Stone and Jean-Martin Fortier. You know, they teach us how to make money on a small amount of land. And then you've got Joel Salatin. He can teach you how to make, you know, pastured poultry profits, and how to make money with cattle and how to make money with pigs. But there is no Joel Salatin or Jean-Martin Fortier for goats, because goats are not profitable. They are an expense. And so that is why I am not getting goats and have no plans on getting goats in the future, is because there's no money to be made in goats. And I need every penny I can get for investing into things which can bring in an income. And that's my goat rant for today. All right, that's it. Everybody have a great Christmas if you're into that sort of thing. I'm going to be taking tomorrow off. I'm going into Russellville. I think going out to eat with some relatives tomorrow night, and then I'll stay the night there, and so that Tuesday I can, yeah, the day after Christmas. But yeah, I need to go to the grocery store and get a few things on Tuesday, and then I'll come back out here. So I probably won't be doing any filming tomorrow or Tuesday, but we'll see what happens on Wednesday. Later, everybody.